If you've ever looked at a trading chart and had no idea what you're looking at, then this video is for you. I'm going to show you the exact strategy that I've used for the last 22 years to make over $1,000 a day. There's no complicated tools, no confusing candles, just a real trade right now so you can see exactly how simple this is for you to duplicate. So I want to show you a trade that I entered yesterday. This is Cleveland Cliffs. Now, when it comes to what the ticker symbol is, it really doesn't matter. This is just one of the 5 stocks that I repeatedly trade over and over. Why? Because you learn the behavior of these stocks. Each stock has its own behavior. It's like your kid. You know what they're going to do next. That's exactly what happens when it comes to a ticker symbol. So if we look at Cleveland Cliffs, why did I jump into this? Well, importantly enough, I need everybody to see that the stock price is up pre-market right now. That's not worrisome to me. That's actually a good thing, and I'll explain why. There's a couple of reasons here I'm going short on this. So if we zoom this chart way out, we can see, if I just draw a line across here, there's a pretty significant level of resistance, meaning that the stock price is having a hard time getting up anywhere in this area up here. So if we just take a line and draw it across, we can see it really struggled to kind of pop into this area because it came back down. Even here, when it got down to this level, it bounced, it moved around. When it came down here back in 2023, it hit this exact level that we're at, rebounded back up. Even going back into 2020, 2021, you see the stock price came up, fell back down to that same level. Even going back to 2018 and 2017, it had a hard time breaking over this level. So for me, I look at this and say, okay, there's something about this, let's call it $13, just to use a whole number. $13 is a big resistance point support level. That's why I decided to short it. Now, further than that, you can't just short things based on resistance and support. We need to have a good setup. So let's look at that setup. Let's see what prompted this entrance of a trade. So if we come in here and we say, on this chart, might look complicated to you right off the rip. It's really not. I'm going to explain the whole chart within a matter of minutes. The first thing that we look at is our trend. This dictates everything. What direction is the stock price going? This gives a trend over a daily period. So our daily trend tells us where the stock is moving on each individual day. You can see in the past couple of days, it was moving positive, and now it's starting to turn. It's starting to turn negative. Now, why is it starting to turn negative? Now we're going to go into volume. If you look here, there's a lot of green bars here. This tells you how many shares were bought or sold during that respective day, and were there more buyers or sellers on that day. If you see green, it means there's more buyers that day. If you see red, there's more sellers that day. So if we come and look at this, we'll say, well, we had a lot of green, a lot of buyers coming into the stock. What happened when you had a positive trend with a lot of buyers? Stock price obviously ran up. That's fine. Now we're starting to see those buyers leave, sell, take their profits, what have you. And we're starting to get some red volume coming in, meaning that there's more sellers than buyers. And what happens coincidentally? Our trend turns over, going in the negative direction now. And what happens to the stock price? It starts to fall. Those are our 2 big components, trend and volume. Now we supplement it with the rest. We come up here and we say, all right, we look for different types of candlesticks. Candlesticks give you entry signals. There's candlesticks that look like this small one right here where there's not really much to it, not a lot of movement on the stock. There's wicks on the top and bottom. Wicks mean that the stock price came up here at one point and it pulled back down. Some candles you're going to have very long wicks like that. Some you're going to have very long wicks on the bottom like that. The candles that I like to look for are these thick-bodied engulfing candlesticks, meaning that the stock price in this instance started the day up here and finished the day down here. So it started the day right here, finished the day down here. That's exactly the type of entry that I'm looking for. Not in and of itself. It's coincided with a good trend, good volume coming in, selling in this case, and now a good candlestick. So yesterday when I was looking at this, I was saying, all right, let's see what happens. We had our trend drop into the sweet spot. The sweet spot is the area that gives us the highest probability to make money. Remember, trading is all about giving yourself the highest chance to make money, to make a profit, because it's not going to work every single time. That's what these 2 horizontal red lines are. This area in between here is called our sweet spot. Gives us the highest chance to make that profit. So the stock price, or our trend lines, dropped into the sweet spot with a very good amount of selling volume and a good engulfing candlestick. Now, I want to take you to what time I made the trade, because there's a lot of people out there that as soon as the stock market opens at 9:30 Eastern time, they jump into a stock. That's not the right way to play this. Think about what happens overnight. You pull up Yahoo Finance, 8 p.m., you see what's going on. the NASDAQ, the S&P, some stocks are up 10, 15%. And you're looking at this going, well, why is it like that? You go to sleep. You wake up the next morning, none of that exists anymore. Well, for it to go from a stock price being up 10 or 15% to just being neutral, what had to happen? There had to be a lot of people in there selling. Overnight trades are happening. When does everything settle? Everything settles when the market opens at 9:30 in the morning. Options trades are settling. Just open-ended stock trades are settling. So from 9:30 to about 10:06, you need about 35, 36 minutes of the market to be open for everything to kind of settle down. All of the chaos stops. Then you kind of see the real direction that the market's going to go. I would challenge you to do this for the next several days. Go in, see what's happening post-market on Yahoo Finance. CNBC, doesn't matter what it is. See what's happening around 8 p.m. Wake up the next day, see what's happening the next morning. See what happens at the open, and then look at what happens after 10:06. You're not going to see the same type of movement. Everything is kind of crazy in that early 35, 36-minute time frame. So my point in saying this is don't trade until after 10:06 in the morning. So yesterday when I was entering this trade, I didn't just jump in this right away. I waited. I actually waited until a lot later in the day, around like 2, 3, closer to 4 o'clock. Why? I wanted to make sure, number one, I was still getting that consistent volume, meaning that selling volume was still coming in. Why do I want selling volume still coming in? Because I want to make sure that I'm getting that fuel that's going to push that stock down. Think of volume this way. Think if you're going up a hill in a car. Would you rather go in with an empty tank of gas or a full tank of gas? Obviously, you want a full tank of gas. There's a chance that you run out of gas with an empty tank if the hill is steep enough. That's what can happen with volume. If you're not getting enough volume, the stock price is going to, in this case, come down to the bottom. People are not going to be there. You're not going to have enough fuel, and it's going to rebound right back up. Again, another example, you have a rowboat. And do you want people rowing in all of these different directions like this? Or would you rather have everybody rowing like this in one direction to propel the boat that way? It's the same thing when it comes to volume. You want good volume, you want a lot of it, and you want everybody rowing in the same direction. That's what's going to propel your stock in the direction that you want it to go. So we entered the stock later in the day, and this was an engulfing candlestick. This is the type of candle that I was looking for. Now, what is going to happen the following day? This was Friday. This was yesterday. This started to come down. Now, what is the next hope that I would have? Luckily, we're recording this video before the market opens, and we're actually seeing what I hope would happen. What I hoped would happen would be a rebound in price, meaning that the stock price moves up a little bit. And you're probably looking at this going, why do you want to lose money? That's a great question. And it's a very logical question to ask. We need these movements in the other direction to help us make more money. This is something that not a lot of people are going to tell you. They just want to make money, make as much as they can, and then great. No, this is going to give you more longevity to make money. If we want this stock price to come down here to this white line, this 200-day moving average, or this 25-day moving average, the purple line, or maybe the 100-day moving average, the turquoise line, we need the stock price to move against us at some point. Pull up a line chart here. If you have a stock price that just goes straight up like this, every day it goes up, what's going to happen? Well, it's going to come back down on you. We need what are called M formations. So what I'm looking for is, got in this thing, great, love it. I'm hoping that today we close the stock price maybe around this $12.94 price. And then what happens tomorrow? It starts to come down like this. And then what happens the next day? It rebounds a little bit and it comes down. Now, what are these M's? What are these lines right here? What are these doing? These are making sure that they're building in a resistance point. So now the next time this stock price moves up, I'm going to draw it in blue. Let's say that the price comes down to here and we start to creep up like this. What's going to happen? Well, as soon as it hits this pink line that was drawn in there, it's not going to be able to break above it. Why? It's not going to have enough volume. And it's going to do what? It's going to come back down. So these pink lines that I drew, they are creating levels of resistance. And that's giving you strength. And that's giving you an opportunity to make more money to the downside or the direction that you're going. That's why these are so important. So when somebody's out there and they say, I just want the stock price to fall like a flying crowbar. Yeah, that's great, but it's not going to give you a lot of longevity. And remember, you're doing this for a long period of time. You're not just making one individual trade and moving on for the rest of your life. You're trying to do this 25, 35, 45, 100 times a year so that you can make an average return over that period of time. The more times that you get these pullbacks, the better off you're going to be, the more money you're going to make. So let's talk about my exit strategy. What's my exit strategy here? Well, I'm hoping that this thing does get down to that 25, 200-day moving average that we were talking about. Yesterday was fine. Today we're taking a breather here. I'm not expecting a ton of volume today. I think we'll probably get volume somewhere around there. Nothing crazy. But I do think that this will continue to fall down. So let's draw in what I hope happens here. I hope that my trend comes down like this and then starts to turn. And then this yellow line comes down like this and starts to turn. And I hope that we get a day, let's say we get something like that. And then tomorrow I'm hoping we get something like that and maybe that. And then another day of nothing. And then let's call it an engulfing candlestick. And this will be the exit point that I take. And in that time period, we're probably going to get volume like this, maybe a little more volume up, maybe a little more like that, and then volume will start to kind of come down like this. And at some point, we'll get green. We'll get green coming in here because buyers will start buying it. Why will they start buying it? Because it's going to run into the 200-day moving average, and then the direction is going to go back up like that. So that's kind of what I'm hoping for. You can take a screenshot of this if you would like. Let's see if it plays out this way. Now remember, this is probabilities. I'm not trying to predict what's going to happen. If this thing turns on me, if this trend just turns on me tomorrow, I'm going to exit the stock. It's very simple. But I think that this is a stock that can continue to come down because the direction I'm seeing and the volume that I'm seeing that's coming into this thing. Now, this is a trade that I'm going to talk about in a little bit more detail in our community trading sessions today, right after this. So we go live 4 times a week just to our Patreon community. You can ask questions about individual stocks like this. You can ask questions about the Trading 101 series. Any questions that you've had since you've joined, you can ask questions about. And the great thing is, it's not just me, it's not just our ambassador Bailey, but it's also the other community members. There have been people that have been doing this for nearly 10 years at this point. There's people that just started yesterday. And that's the great thing about this. It's a community of like-minded people that have the same goals in mind. So I invite you to join that Patreon. The link is in the description below. Come and give it a shot. Join the live streams, ask the questions in the community, watch the Trading 101 series. Now, this is just one example that I've given you, one specific trade that I've made. There's a full trading course on every single thing that you need to know about trading to get started. It's in this video right here. You need to watch it. I'll see you on the Patreon.